see. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Make sure the camera is okay. Let me know in the comments if you can see and hear me okay. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. For right now, here in New England, the sun is out, but of course we are bracing for Hurricane Lee too. So just let me know that you can see and hear me. Take a sip of water. I got some things to show you. I'm going to have some answers for your questions here. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lee. Hi, Nancy. Members, don't forget tonight we have messages from Spirit, Angel Tarot. The links are in the community tab. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing some of you. Hello. Richard, Nancy, Vegan, Katie, Maria, George, Christina, Jenny, Tusha, CB. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Marie. I haven't sent out the invitations yet. So Michael went out with the intentions of getting the stamps and he forgot them. And then I had gone out with intentions of getting stamps and I forgot them. So I know some of you are coming to my wedding, which is so exciting. I'm so happy that, so many of you are coming because like I said, Michael and I both are older and our families are older and unfortunately shrinking. So very grateful for that. Hi, Ivana. Hi, David. So if you didn't catch it, I said, make sure members, you know that tonight the links are already in the community tab for our lives where I read for as many members as I can. And I'll be doing that at 7 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern because I listen, you guys seem to do better when I do later shows. Hey, Deb. So let me show you a few things here. So Michael and I went to a concert Saturday night. We went to see the High Kings. If you're not familiar with the High Kings, they're a band from Ireland. One of them is the son of one of the Clancy brothers, if you know anything about Irish music. And then we went to King Richard's Fair just for fun, right? Just so we could just be regular patrons and got a couple of neat things. So I got this really great dragon and you light the incense in here and it comes out his mouth. I don't know if you can see on there, but it has all kinds of crystals in there. And I also got a new incense holder finally, because mine was broken and I had it rigged for such a long time. So I have this dragon friend that's going to be my incense holder. And I was in Barnes and Nobles and look at what I found. Stacey Abrams' new book, Rogue Justice. I just got through the first chapter and it's a real page turner. So you might want to check that out. I've actually never read one of her books before, so I'm excited. If you hear anything in the background, the reason why I'm a minute or two late here getting on is because Miss Annie Bell is deciding to throw a temper tantrum and she wants to go into places that she can't go. And so you might hear some meowing and pawing and doing all of that stuff. We are getting everything in for the wedding now. So everything for the centerpieces, that's in. The cake topper is in. We're picking up my dress and our rings, hopefully Sunday or Monday. Because as you know, the hurricane's coming, right? So there's only so much we can do. And they're not even sure about that, right? So, we'll see how it goes. What else did I get? Oh, the bouquet came in. Let me check. If it's out and handy, I will show you the bouquet. It's gorgeous. Okay. So if you remember, I said, I didn't really want to do a floral bouquet. I wanted to do one of those new bejeweled ones. And Michael had this made for me from a place in England. But I will tell you, this weighs a ton. but I'll show you the bottom piece. I mean, look at the handle even. So much craftsmanship went in this. If you guys have any great ideas of how I can display this afterwards, let me know. Because this deserves to go someplace nice, right? So yeah, and obviously, because everyone's joking, I will not be tossing this, right? I would be taking out an eye. There's no way I'm tossing this thing, but it's just gorgeous. We went with gold, red, and white for our wedding. So isn't that something? Yeah, no, they're not faux flowers. Wait, can you guys see? It's bejeweled. You know what it reminds me of? Like those antique old-fashioned brooches that my mom used to have. You know, like that kind of idea. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that because it's so exciting as everything's coming in. We pick up our wedding certificate on Monday. That'll be in on Monday, so that's exciting. Just in this finalizing all the plans, like with the photographer and the pet sitter and all that good stuff. In a tall vase with silk eucalyptus around it, George. That could be an idea. It would have to be one heck of a vase, though. That's the only thing. That is heavy. Like Michael said, well, he goes, with those diameters and the amount of jewels that are there, and I say jewels, right? You know it's costume jewelry. I mean, it was still a very nice present. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to think like that's all diamonds. It's not. And I just have like a fake diamond on for right now because as you remember, my ring is getting soldered into the wedding bands. So, oh, and for those of you that are coming to the wedding, make sure that you tell them at the gate that you're there for the wedding because, I don't want anyone paying for tickets. It's already paid for, all the food's paid for, everything, okay? All right. Thank you, C'est La Vie. Jenny, yeah, a cut lead crystal vase, that could work. Oh, the honeymoon elf flower is already paid for. No, Michael took care of that. We're going to Cabo because we always go down the east coast of Mexico to Cancun, Playa del Carmen, that way. But with hurricane season being what it is, we're going over the other side. So we're doing 9 days in Mexico and it's all paid for. And, one thing that we both really, as a couple and as individuals, we believe in is not using credit cards, living within your means. So, if we couldn't afford that vacation, then we would have done something more local. You know what I mean? But also too, having it at a Renaissance fair, you're saving a lot of money. The bouquet is my one splurge because I'm not doing, even though my wedding gown I think is beautiful, it's not like highly structured. It doesn't have the train. It does have the big Renaissance sleeves, things like that. But it's not like, say, couture and thousands of dollars either. Because I think some people spend way too much money on weddings. I mean, they can spend like 6 figures. I would rather put that towards something else. So, all right, let's take a look. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the nice comments. Okay, so the first one is from Diana. Will House Democrats step up and do something, if possible, to cause Leader McCarthy to lose his position for coming after President Biden with baseless impeachment charges? Yeah, I mean, what a sham. And, the reason that the reason that McCarthy's pushing for it and, the Republicans are backing him is really because of what I've been saying for the last few years, is that 45 is going to, Crazy Grateful and any other member, if you have personal questions, that's what tonight is for, okay? But the reason that they're doing it is because 45 has so many legal charges. They're trying to pull a distraction, right? So they're trying to do it with Hunter. They're trying to do it with the president. And I really, truly believe that. I don't think these are hardened criminals. I'm sorry. I just don't. I've been exploring their energies, reading their cards now for the last few years. I don't think anything's going to come up with any of it. But let's take a look if Democrats can do anything. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, check out membership. And if you do want a reading in October, go to dianeaquarius.com and you can schedule one. Okay, so can the House Democrats really do anything, or will they do anything? Will they attempt to do anything? Interesting. Look at that. So the first card that we get is Four of Wands. You know, that's the card of reaching a milestone, celebrating like a success, reaching your goals, having a happy home, right? And we're talking about a president, the White House. So let's see where this takes us. The obstacle, because if you're new to my channel, my second card is always my obstacle card. I do a mini Celtic cross. So Two of Swords being the obstacle. They're not quite sure what to do. They're going back and forth, back and forth. They haven't made up their mind at all about this. But there are Democrats that are really worried, and I don't think they need to be. I honestly do not believe we need to be worried about this foolish impeachment. I don't think it's a concern, but some of them are worrying. But look, Ace of Swords, the truth is going to come out. So, you know, I think McCarthy's days are very much numbered. I think this is a publicity stunt. It's a distraction. It's not legit, you know? Okay, just a couple of clarifiers. And I love this. This is the gold foil tarot. I love this deck. I know it's a little shiny, but I always tell you what the cards are anyways. So why don't I go 3 out? And I'll, you know, and then I'll take the bottom from the deck. Okay, so we're back with a 2 again. So Two of Swords, Two of Wands, okay? And so that tells me they're still trying to plan. They're still trying to figure things out. 8 of Cups. Let me just ask Spirit, who is the 8 of Cups for? Who is the 8 of Cups for? Okay, what I'm getting is that the Democrats are going to kind of just leave this for the most part and just let things go its course, because I think they know the outcome. You know, they're not stupid. The Strength card, you know, the card of having inner strength, being courageous, having patience though, okay? And this is why Hanged Man, I think they're not going to do anything, you know, because, you know, Hanged Man walking away, they get stuck in this planning phase and they're having a lot of patience. But honestly, I don't think they need to do anything. But what we can do is take a look at Kevin McCarthy himself, because I do think his days are numbered in the position that he's in. You know, it's not working out. I saw somebody asked when I'm on tonight. So for those in membership, for basic membership, it's 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And for the mid-level, going beyond and angel levels, that's 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, okay? So let's take a look at Kevin McCarthy. I think he's having a lot of issues. What do you guys think? Oh, look, you can actually, oh, as I drop my cards, look at the sun rays coming in. Oh, isn't that beautiful? There's a window right there. Let's see who jumped out. Okay, well, I'm going to set these aside because they were jumpers. So let's set them aside. All right, so Kevin McCarthy. Why am I feeling, because as you guys know, I'm a physical medium, right? Why do I feel like nauseous and sick when I go into Kevin's energy? Something feels strange to me. Let me see what my guides are saying about this, because I'm definitely feeling like stomach pains. Okay, so my guides are saying he's this close to having a nervous breakdown. Like he has bleeding ulcers from stress. He knows that this is not the right thing, and he's been pushed or bullied into it. Yeah, right, Sunita, he's nervous he's going to get ousted. That too. I mean, I know this is like a really bold move, but I don't think it's going to pay off for him. Yeah, just wicked stomach pains when I go into his energy here. Okay. All right. So the 2 that jumped out, King of Swords, that usually comes up when I'm reading on a politician and they have a legal issue coming up. That's how I take that. He's trying, here's the Temperance card. He's trying to find some inner peace, some moderation, and to not be so extreme and bombastic. But I think the powers that be in his party are really pushing him. He also does have some, I think, fairly decent illusions too. 10 of Cups, you know, the card of like peace, love, and happiness, and, you know, which is just in juxtaposition of the other cards, right? It doesn't really make sense. But we see this a lot when we read on certain politicians, that they just have these delusions. And ultimately, here he is in his boat going away, which is what I'm predicting. He's going away. Five of Wands, lots of inner turmoil, mental anguish going back and forth. And he's still going to try to wheel and deal. 3 of Pentacles, right up until the very end. Right up until the very end. Yeah, I saw somebody mention ulcers. You know, somebody in my family actually had such bad anxiety. Actually, no, 2 people, 2 close family relatives had such bad anxiety issues, you know, stress, worry, sleepless nights, that they developed bleeding ulcers. And one person in Michael's family developed them to the point she needed blood transfusions. So yes, that is a real thing here, guys. Oh, Robin, you're late because you're preparing for Jewish holidays. Yes. You know, so for all of my Jewish friends, you know, have fun, you know, be with each other, enjoy each other, you know, make the most out of it. I think holidays are for celebrating, for sure, for being with people that you like. Okay, so Robin asks, Tyre Reade, the woman who accused Biden during his presidential campaign of a previous assault, has moved to Russia and asked to be granted citizenship. Was she a Russian plant, and was she paid? Let's take a look at this person. Interesting, because I don't believe I've read on her before. And don't confuse her with Tyre Reade, the actress. 2 different people, right? So you're asking, you know, did she have like a relationship with Russia? And she gets the Lovers. Oh, yeah. For sure. So, obstacle, the truth has been suppressed. And it got suppressed because she ran away. She's playing, you know, chicken. She's hiding her head in the sand like an ostrich, right? Jumped countries. But you know what? Like I always say, when we get this card, the truth always comes out. Here she is, pulling back, withdrawing, retreating. 4 of Swords. And ultimately, she gets stabbed in the back. 10 of Swords. Oh gosh, if I go one more out, it talks about relationships again. So isn't it funny how we get the Lovers and Ace of Cups with her? And it has to do, and we get this a lot when I read on 45 too, right? It has to do with the relationships that he has formed. And it's not really good for anybody. It never pans out for the other side, and it never pans out for these people, does it? So let me see here. So she's not getting the support that she wants. 7 of Wands. You can see him all by himself up here. Not getting the support that she thought she was going to get. But you're asking, you know, was she an asset? Things like that. And you get the Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, money changing hands, receiving money on this endeavor. Yeah. Let's you know, keep her though in the back of our minds, because I think we may not be done with her. Carol asks, the judge that ruled, yes, the 19 defendants in the Georgia case will be separated. Will Fani Willis be able to try her case with success? will Trump be eventually found guilty? Yeah, I really do think he is going to be found guilty, but I think the bigger case, I know this is a case that we're seeing on TV a lot, right? But I still say the bigger case is going to be the classified documents that were found in Mar-a-Lago. I really do think that's going to be the big case. I think this is bad. This is not good. Those 19 people, you know, all the people like around 45 should be really concerned. But yeah, let's look at Fani Willis's, you know, success with this. I think she will be successful, first of all. I do. Oh, Sarah asks about the virus forecast for the fall and winter. Yeah, I'll give you my 2 cents on that. So in a lot of ways, you know, I think we're getting into Fani Willis's psyche a little bit. 3 of Swords. You know, she's not as happy with how things are progressing as she could be, which tells us that there's things that we don't know that she's been privy to, because on the outside, it's looking very successful, right? But there's things that she's concerned about. But here's the thing, she's not going anywhere. You know, right now, yes, she's waiting for that ship to come in, but she's not going anywhere, guys. And there's going to be a huge transition and transformation about this whole case. This is really going to be a roller coaster. Action is going to be happening, Knight of Swords. And we really, because of her, will be enlightened. Here's the Sun. And this will be, in a lot of ways, a new beginning for us. You know, we're going to see a former president actually be found guilty. We're going to see some top-level people around him be found guilty. So I think there's more to this case than what meets the eye. I can see that because of the 3 of Swords, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, the Sun comes out, everything works out. Gosh, and here we go again. Page of Cups. So it goes back to the relationships that these, you can't make this up. Ace of Cups. It goes back to the relationships that these people have had. And these relationships are not appropriate. They're not in anybody's best interest. And look, the Magician. Here is Fani Willis, you know, working her magic, wielding the power and authority that she has in a productive, helpful way. So Sarah asked, you know, about the whole virus, you know, forecast over the next couple of months. So I know at this time last year, we really started to talk about RSV, the respiratory virus. That didn't go anywhere. I don't think it will be as bad as last year, but I think it will be present. I also think that the virus that shall not be named for algorithm purposes, that's just going to continue to morph and change. But I'm not seeing anything big in the next few years with it, okay? So I think this will be okay. I think we'll have our normal flus, colds. The virus is going to morph and change. We already know that. And I know RSV was a big deal last year. And I think, you know, because people are starting to go inside, all the kids are going back to school. At that time, people were also going back into the workforce, into the workplace, you know, all of that. So, you know, just be, you know, I don't know. I still don't mind wearing a mask because I enjoy not getting sick. I have no problems wearing a mask. Let's see. So Heidi asks, is Maui Police Chief John Pelletier taking orders from someone or group that's underhanded? Was his unorthodox pay raise at 30 to 40% a contract for him to do malintent for this person or group, or is he on the up and up? So let's take a look at him, right? Because ultimately, you know, he and the governor of Hawaii, Josh Green, you know, they really chose not to evacuate, not to literally sound the alarm, right? They should have literally been doing that. Do I feel like there's some malevolent group controlling them? No. I don't. I think they've made horrible, horrible errors. Horrible errors. But I'm going to focus on the police chief here, John Pelletier, the Maui police chief, because he really did blow it, didn't he? What's going on with him? When I go into his energy, I am getting like real stress, real worries, real anxiety, like heart in your throat type feeling. This is not a happy man. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, so he's in a world of trouble. I'll go with a few cards here. Yeah. So, I mean, his first card actually is the Three of Swords. So there is something that's coming that's going to be heartbreaking and heart-wrenching for him. And we can see Five of Pentacles, that it's going to do with a loss, right? So losing one's job, losing your money, that sort of thing. And when you get negative cards and you see the Magician, well, that talks about abuse of power, abuse of authority, you know, harming people that trusted you. And Six of Pentacles, I get the sense that there could be some legal action that gets taken. Where financially, he's not going to end up the way he had hoped. You know, he got that big pay raise, I guess, and because at the end of the day, Wheel of Fortune, he has to face his karma, his destiny, that sort of thing. I'll pull a couple for the governor of Hawaii, Josh Green, see what's going on with him. But as you can see, with you know, the police chief, like there's nothing that seems underhanded. I wasn't getting those vibes. I just get a real sense of he made a horrible error and he's going to pay for it for the rest of his life. All right, so this is, let me just set these down. This is for Josh Green. Okay, so this is for the governor of Hawaii. He's feeling like embattled. Can you see this? Look at that. You know, he's trying to just persevere. He's trying to hang on. That's the Nine of Pentacles. And here's his obstacle, Ten of Swords. He's feeling like, oh, you know, I've been led astray. I've been stabbed in the back. And then things, Eight of Wands, really start ramping up in his life. Like he's just getting hit like one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. Yeah, see, look at that. It's interesting. He's feeling like the victim in all of this. He's feeling, you know, like my hands are tied. I'm a martyr. I did nothing. So here's the thing. I think definitely with the police chief, lawsuits are coming. And I would suspect with the governor that he won't be the governor forever. I don't think he's going to be getting reelected. So, I mean, that was a horrible ordeal, wasn't it? You know, and a lot of people lost their lives that if they had had that warning and they had had that chance, if they were, you know, told to evacuate, they would still be here with us. This is from Marie, do any of the 5 officers that killed Tyre Nichols feel remorse, guilt, or shame? I think they feel remorse in the sense that they got caught. But if you're asking, like, are they now like a bigger person? Did they have an epiphany, an awakening, an enlightenment? I truly don't think so. I think they're sad that they got caught. So for those of you just coming in, please hit the like button. You know, hit the notification button, the bell there. Check out membership. And if you want a reading in October, go to DianeAquarius.com. So, I mean, this is my card for legal battles, and that they certainly did have, didn't they? Page of Swords. The obstacle has to do with what they did on their job, right? This is the only card that specifically talks about work. Yeah, it's what they did while they were working. You know, that was awful what they did. Legal action was taken against them. But here's the thing. Okay, so look, when we are going after like their ideations, you're asking, do they feel regret, remorse, shame? No, they're just kind of like thinking about stuff, going back and forth, being kind of wishy-washy. This is Two of Swords, Page of Wands. You know, no, I don't think they had some big epiphany, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could say differently. I think that they feel regret because now they're caught and their lives have changed. That I think they're sad about. But other than that, no. Yeah, see, so we get another card like that. What did I just miss? Oh, thank you so much for the donation, Norma. I appreciate that. So yeah, look at that. I mean, their heads are in the clouds. And here they are, hermits, not getting the support that they thought that they were going to get. Like, they really thought they was going to get away with it, I think. I really do. I see you guys asking me about Lee. So Michael doesn't know if he's going to have work tomorrow or not. The European model for the hurricane has it hitting us, but the other models, no. So, I mean, at the very least, we're getting very high winds. We're getting those storm surges, you know, the oceans coming up onto the coast and that sort of thing. So, okay, so I saw that you asked about, I want to word it the correct way. Yeah, the writers in Hollywood and Screen Actors Guild. Yeah, and that's that whole strike and how that's going. Let's take a look at that. You know, Hollywood makes so much money. They need to not just give it to, you know, the fat cats, the producers, the directors, the big name actors. You know, they need to give it to these people that keep them all going, don't they? You know, fair is fair. This is what I've been getting. You know, Nine of Cups is that card of being satisfied, fulfilled, content, happy. So yeah, I think it's going to be fine, but look at the obstacle, Four of Swords. They're dragging their feet with these folks. You know, they need to just pony up the money, but they need to have patience. Here's the Strength card. And then the money very slowly comes in. So this is a very slow moving reading. But I do think it's going to have a good outcome. But I mean, at the same time, these people have families to feed, don't they? Let me pick a card or two from here for this situation. Yes, like I was saying, I don't know if Michael's even going to have work tomorrow because, I mean, we're getting all kinds of, on my phone, I'm getting all sorts of alerts, you know, so. Yeah, Sarah, the strikes already cost the studios more than the writers. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yep, it is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, see, okay, look, Four of Wands here. So this is them celebrating, reaching that milestone, reaching their goals. But once again, this is so slow moving. Look at that, Nine of Swords. You know, they can only make this go so fast, and they have been victimized. You know, that is a card of victimization. Marie also asks, 30,000 people are homeless due to the Libya floods. Yeah, that's really sad. And it's sad that they're not accepting more help. And because they're even saying, you know, this really wasn't necessary to have this many people lose their lives. This, you know, and this isn't okay. This isn't all right. Oh, before I forget, I'm doing a new pick-a-pile this weekend. And I know you guys are loving those. And so, and if you have any suggestions on topics that you want me to do a pick-a-pile on, just let me know too. I mean, it is like getting a personalized reading, isn't it? Okay. Interesting. So the first card, Wheel of Fortune, that talks about a turning point. So we're talking about Libya. So this is a turning point for Libya as a country where they're really going to start to come into their karmic destiny and fate. Things are changing, right? So if you remember when I made that video and we were making the energy balls to send to Hawaii, we can do that for Libya too. Okay. The obstacle is the Chariot. So not moving forward, not progressing, not helping these people. Okay. Hanged Man. So these are all major arcana cards, right? There's only 22 in the deck. So these are some big cards that they're getting. So a real stall, a delay. There's such a sense of arrogancy about all of this. And then them just trying to juggle things instead of just doing the right thing. They're like, should we take help? Should we get help? Well, you know what? It's too late. By that time, it's too late. So many people have lost their lives at this point. So many people are homeless. So many people, lost everything. They don't have food. They don't have a place to cook food. They don't have a place to sleep at night. This was so preventable. So preventable. Yeah, it's kind of like, they're just kind of walking away from it. But this isn't a situation you can walk away from. You would think that the Libyan government would want better for their people. And, this one is clearly 9 of Wands, clearly a burden. It's oppression at its worst, isn't it? For these poor people. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. Lee asks, when will the majority of Republican members of Congress publicly pull away from 45? Oh, I don't know if they all will. I mean, you're assuming that they're all going to, by the sounds of it. I'm going to say, you may not see a big majority until, because it's not going to be the cases, all these court cases, all these legal cases against 45. It's not going to be that. What it'll be is when they decide on who's going to actually be the Republican nominee. I think it's going to be one of 3 things. It's either going to be Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, or the combination of both of them. I really think that they are going to want a female. And if they could have somebody that wasn't white, I think they will try to do that because it's just a grab for votes. It's not because they really care about any of these people, but it'll be a vote grab. And so I think they're going to try to do something like that. But I think it'll be when they really latch on to, okay, this is the nominee. And it's almost like they're going to make them take a pledge and say, look, you're backing this person. And that's that. And because we already know, like, they're having to accept the results, right? So... Oh, Cheryl's asking how my brother's doing on his own. He's hanging in there. This is a new experience for him. And I think his knee's healed up about as much as it's going to be. Okay. So this is how the Republican Party is going to be feeling. 10 of Swords, like no matter what they do, it's just not going to be right at this point. Most of these nominees are just not temperate in any way. The obstacle is 5 of Wands. Them just all bickering, arguing, going back and forth, being miserable with each other, being miserable inside their own minds. But one of them is going to have to emerge, right? So one of them will emerge eventually, right? Yeah, see, I would not be surprised. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. I would not be surprised if Nikki Haley gets worked into this equation somehow, even if it's as the vice president. That's my guess. But I think it's going to be a long time coming. because there's still going to be those that, for whatever reason, and I'm sure they all have their own reasons, why they're backing 45. The moon. So many of them are still disillusioned, right? You don't see clearly in moonlight. You know, think of the opposite of this card, the sun card, the card of enlightenment, you know, awakening, seeing things anew, having a fresh start. They're in the opposite. You know, and I do suspect in time the Republican Party is going to die. It's not going to last forever. And here we go again, Two of Pentacles. Which one do we choose? Who do we choose? Going back and forth, and it's just it's a hot mess. But they're going to, Ace of Swords, have to be really honest with themselves. And I think a lot of truths are going to be coming out about these candidates, these Republican candidates, that the Republican Party is just not going to care for. Does anybody have a final question for me? Anyone have a final question? I'll take a sip of water. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, like right for fall, right? My nail polish. No, Paula, it really can't be 45. First of all, the RNC already said no, right? They already said we're not backing him. So it really can't be. I mean, he would actually literally have to fundraise everything himself. He can, and be, well, and I don't see him going to jail, but I do see him under house arrest. So I'm not sure how that works with debates. Yes, Kim, my favorite season is fall too. I call it spooky season. Hey, Dina. So no more questions? We can finish up using the Sacred Forest cards, doing a 3-card pull. I'll be glad when we're done with these darn storms, though. Yes, Halloween is my favorite season. Ruth Ann says witchy season. Yes. I do think Chris Christie stands a chance. I wouldn't eliminate him altogether. But his cards have been pretty unfavorable at the same time. So, and I do think, because I saw someone asking about Biden, I do think Biden's going to be the Democratic nominee, and I don't see Kamala going anywhere. So, okay. So, take a deep breath, center yourself, and ask Spirit what it is you need to know right now. Ask Spirit, what do you need to know? And just go with your gut instinct. Don't overthink this. 1, 2, or 3. And I always get asked, what if I feel drawn to more than 1 card, 2 cards, all 3 cards? Then that's fine. Then you need all 3 messages or 2 messages. So here we go. Number 1 is Eagle Spirit, the card of freedom. You know, it's the card of spreading your wings and allowing yourself to soar. Stop playing it so safe. Take that, you know, leap of faith. Take that calculated risk, right? Because we don't want to be foolish, but, you know, take a good calculated risk and put yourself out there, okay? Number 2, Spirit Guardian of Winter, retreat. Yeah, because, you know, winter is a time that we pull back, right? We go within. And so this card is talking about being more introspective, reflective, meditative. This would be a good time to do a gratitude journal, write down your goals, learn something like tarot, opening your chakras, things that are a bit more esoteric. If you were thinking about writing a book or a screenplay, choreographing something, composing music, this would be a real beautiful time for you to do that. And then number 3, Mystic Meadow, Sanctuary. And I love this. Look at all the animals. Can you see all the animals on this? So this is a card about a couple of things. One, maybe this is a sign that you need to spend more time in nature. This could also mean it's a good time to interact with animals more. Maybe you've been thinking about adopting a pet, a cat, a dog, putting out a bird feeder, a squirrel feeder, or even, and I keep just seeing fairies, working with the fairies. But also too, sanctuary. That tells me a couple of things. One, you may be not feeling as safe in the world as you could. And two, I believe it's really, really important in whatever your home is, wherever you live, you have a little place that's all yours. And you put your things that you love out. You know, for me, it's my incense and candles and crystals and my cards and that sort of thing. We all need that little sanctuary that we can pull into. So I hope that this has been helpful. Members, do not forget tonight, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going live and I'll be answering your personal questions as much as I can. I'll read for as many members as humanly possible. And then next Thursday, I'm doing the channelings, okay? We'll be channeling Rahasha and one of the Shem angels. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for any donations. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's all going towards the wedding. So thank you so much. And I will see you in a couple of days with the pick a pile video, okay? All right. Bye, everyone.